Yeah.
because it was all filtering down through him, and he did a wonderful
Yeah, it
job.
was just nice to sit down with her and have her.
He's a nice guy, too. He's an Erie County sheriff.
Wanted, like, I tossed this
I know you're
idea out,
talking
and
sense.
she's
I
like,
was talking-
she latched
Maybe
onto
my
it
glasses are
and
dirty, and that wasn't for me.
made that, like,
No, it
within a
is.
week.
I
She
think my
sent me a copy of that,
glasses
so.
Tissue. You have tissue?
No.
Are you ready? We'll call the September 8th Village Board meeting in order. Please stand for the pledge to the flag led by Clerk Treasurer Stegmeyer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In the unlikely event of a fire or other emergency, you'll be notified by the head table, and please exit the front or rear of the building, and let the emergency responders do what they do best. Roll call, please.
Mayor Schroeder,
Here.
Trustee Malone Schaefer,
Here.
Trustee Michaely,
Here.
Trustee Miller,
Here.
Trustee O'Brien.
Here,
We have two sets of meeting minutes, August 11th and August 21st. We need a motion to approve both of them.
motion to approve both sets of meeting minutes?
We have a motion by trustee O'Brien,
Second.
second by trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And we have two abstract of audited vouchers this evening.
I'd like to make a motion for the treasurer be authorized to pay from the vouchers all the claims against the general sewer trust, capital, equipment reserve, community development, and special repair reserve funds for the period from August 12th, 2025 to September 8th, 2025. Further, that the report of the Finance Committee be accepted from the abstract of the audited vouchers, and that all claims were paid against the general fund in the amount of $352,844.84, sewer fund in the amount of $7,351.06, trust fund in the amount of $1,810.25, totaling $362,006.15, from the period of July 28, 2025 to August 11, 2025.
We have a motion by trustee Miller,
Oh,
Second.
second by trustee Michaely. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I have another one, too.
Okay, oh yeah.
Oh, sorry.
If you were going to do them separately or not. but-
Additionally, that the report of the Finance Committee be accepted from the abstract of the audited vouchers, that all claims were paid against the general fund in the amount of $189,948.62, sewer fund $13,087.71, trust fund in the amount of $450.12, capital fund $2,629.36, for a total of $206,115.81 from the period of August 12th, 2025 to August 25th, 2025.
The motion by trustee Miller,
Second.
second by trustee O'Brien. Under the question, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. We'll go to list of correspondence. We have several pieces this evening. Correspondence from the Town of Lancaster Building Department providing a report of building permit applications, open complaints, inspection, and expired permits that were filed for properties within the Village of Lancaster from July 17, 2025 to August 29, 2025.
Motion to receive and file.
A motion by trustee Michaely,
Second.
second by trustee Malone Schaefer. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Correspondence from the Erie County Department of Environment and Planning provided notice that the month of September has been designated by Erie County Legislature as the annual 30-day period during which landowners may submit requests to include predominantly viable agricultural land into an existing certified agricultural district. Copies of the application form are available at the Department of Environment and Planning website.
Motion to receive and file?
We have a motion by trustee O'Brien to receive and file.
Second.
Second by trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Number 3 is correspondence from Superintendent Cisco requesting the purchase of the Napa Trax software for the DPW automotive scanner for use by the mechanics at a monthly cost of $508.92 to update the software needed for the operation of the scanner. I'll make that a motion.
Second.
Second by trustee Malone Schaefer. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Number 4, correspondence from St. Mary's High School providing a special events application for its annual bonfire to be held on Tuesday, October 14th, 2025, and requesting fire department support. Chief, we okay with that? Okay, any questions?
Motion to approve?
We have a motion by trustee O'Brien to approve,
Second.
second by trustee Malone Schaefer. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Correspondence from Greg Day of the LVMA providing a special events application for a Football in the Village Bills game outdoor watch party event on Thursday, September 18th, 2025, requesting West Main Street closure, garbage cans, and pub tables.
I'd like to make a motion to approve with various other requirements that are going to be needed. Map to be provided to building inspector, police department, and fire department. I believe that kind of covers everything right now. But I'd like to make a motion to approve.
We have a motion by trustee Malone Schaefer to approve,
Second.
second by trustee O'Brien. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. And we have correspondence from Deborah Morsehead, Selective Insurance Safety Management Specialist, providing recommendations for the West Drullard Playground following an inspection of the playground on August 21st, 2025. I believe those corrections have been made, haven't they, Wayne?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Most of them have. We're still got a couple more to go, but most of them have taken
okay,
care
so
of.
we're in process.
Yes, we're in the process.
Okay. We'll need a motion to receive and file.
Motion to receive and file?
Motion to receive and file by trustee O'Brien.
Second.
Second by trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Move on to resolutions, and we have a few this evening. And the first will be to schedule a public hearing in the council chambers for Monday, October 13th at 7:15 PM to consider possible projects for the 2026 and 27 community development block grants, but due to the fact that it's Columbus Day, we'll change that date to the 14th of October.
Motion to approve?
A motion by trustee O'Brien,
Second.
second by trustee Michaely. Under the question.
Only question, after this, do you want to make a motion to reschedule the board meeting to that night too?
Sure, we can do
Okay.
that as
Okay.
well. Motion to approve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. And now I'll make a motion that we schedule the village board meeting that would have been held on the 13th to reschedule it to the 14th.
Motion to approve?
We have a motion, or second by
Second.
trustee O'Brien. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. We have a resolution to accept and approve the following application for membership to the Lancaster Fire Department as approved by the department at its meeting on August 12th, 2025, and that would be Carrie Bunk to the Eagle Hose Company and also Alexander Killinger to the Eagle Hose Company.
Motion to approve.
A motion by trustee Miller,
Second.
second by trustee Malone Schaefer. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Resolution to approve reimbursement to Amy Stipa in the amount of $375 for an online grant writing course offered by Temple University.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by trustee Miller,
Second.
second by trustee O'Brien. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. We have a resolution to purchase a 2017 Ford F-550 chipper truck, a 4x2 with 10,100 miles from the town of Lancaster Parks and Recreation Department in the amount of $25,000. This vehicle's been looked at by the Public Works Department. And Wayne, any comments?
Yes, we just purchased a chipper probably 6 months ago, and us and the mechanics checked it out, and it fits it perfectly, so it would be very good for our fleet. It's a very good purchase.
Okay.
So we would like that.
I'll make that a motion.
Second.
Second by trustee Malone Schaefer. Under the question. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. And we'll approve the crossing guard position of Patrick Turner as per budgeted salary. I'll make that a motion.
Second.
We have a second by trustee Malone Schaefer. Under the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. This part of the meeting is reserved for audience participation. If there's anybody in the audience who cares to address the board, which I see no one, we'll move on to committee reports, and we'll begin with finance and claims.
Hold on 1 second. Were we going to do a motion for the veteran signage tonight, or was that moved?
Make a motion, that would be great. We have, Caitlin, do you want to come up here and explain your project here along with trustee Mikely? Just, I think, well, actually, I think everybody was here, so do we want to word this in the, I
I
don't
was
have
going to do
any,
it for the committee update for Public Works, I was going to put
okay.
together, I was going to
so,
ask.
All right. Okay, finance and claims, just waiting on the survey for the paper streets and the cost of that. And we tabled the LoSAP discussion till 126, so it falls within the guidelines of when we can have the vote. That's all I have.
okay, anything for finance and claims? Public Works, Chairman Mikely.
Thank you. As we discussed in the work session, Caitlin Moore had went ahead and put together a procedure for something that we've discussed for a few years, which was just to adopt a formal policy for the veterans banners that we hang in the village. And to read from the purpose of the policy, it says, "The purpose of this policy is to establish a standardized process for the design, production, installation, maintenance, and removal of veterans banners to honor local service members. These banners will be created and funded at the expense of the municipality to demonstrate appreciation for veteran service and sacrifice." We currently do budget $2,500 per year for these banners. A lot of communities, in some villages and towns, I know that the families do have to pay for them. We've been doing it, and for $2,500 a year, it's been more than enough to cover it. So I would like to ask that we formally adopt this Veterans Banner Program policy tonight as a formal policy of the village. I'd like to make that motion.
Yeah, motion by trustee Mikely,
Second.
second by trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor? Aye. Carried. John, can we do that with the fire chief's banners as well, or would we need to come up with a different policy?
I think we need to discuss it to see if, because this is something that we've been doing for, I don't know how long, for a long time for the veterans. The fire chiefs, I don't know how many there are. I know we have the banners from last year, right? For the 175th, we have them. I guess that's a different discussion to say, do we want to formalize that? Because these are up every year from spring through Veterans Day. I think we're committed to that they're
Oh, yeah.
always going to be up, or at least, for a long time. So, I mean, we can have that discussion whether or not the fire chief's ones are something that will always be up as well. I don't know. I hadn't thought about it until you sent that email today.
Yeah, it's, you get a new fire chief every 2 years, and who knows, you could get 6 veterans tomorrow, who
Yeah.
knows if people apply for that, but just something, I mean, I thought it was a nice honor for the fire chief, especially being a past chief, and you'll be a past chief.
How many
So-
banners do we have? Do you remember?
Do you remember how many, Kate?
I could pull it up on Canva, I know they're double-sided banners, and there's a different fire chief on both sides. So
Yeah.
if you wanted to do it like every 4 years, if it's a 2-year position, then you could do a new banner every 4 years, and both sides will be taken care of.
The terms of the chief have changed now, and the same chief could be up to 5 years, so, and which I think was a good thing, by the way, but it's just, I didn't want them to get forgotten
We
about.
should get them back up, for sure.
Oh, they're up
Oh,
there,
they're up.
they're up on West Main Street.
They're all up.
Yeah, they're up on West Main Street, but we don't have a policy for it at all, so it,
Okay.
it just might tie in with what we do with the veterans.
Yeah,
Sounds,
we can
so
do that.
we can add that to that.
Sure,
Very good.
okay,
It's 27 banners.
It's got to guess 26. Okay.
okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, very good. All right. Anything else for Public Works?
No, that's it.
All right, Public Safety. I have nothing really this evening tonight under Public Safety, a couple of things that we're working on, but nothing critical. Building Lights and Codes, Chairman Mikely.
There were a few things there's 1 or 2 things I discussed during the work session, but there's actually more. What I did bring up then is we will have a draft soon. I do have a draft right now of a building condition survey RFP that Bill Shutt has prepared for us. And I first brought this idea up a few months ago, and it is a kind of a long-term look at our facilities, mainly this building, DPW, and the North End Fire Hall. So we will have a few changes that have to be made to it, just mainly about dates. So I want to send it to the board, see what your feelings are for it, and either if we could adopt it, if we could approve the RFP either at the next meeting or the meeting after. The reason for this, again, would just be it's a long-term look at our facilities and to know what the short-term and long-term costs are going to be for maintenance, and so we don't have any surprise repairs. So I'll get that out to you soon, in the next few days. Another thing I wanted to actually, I was going to ask today that Mike, that you did remove something from my committee list, but you did already. You removed the sign height
Yep.
new law from the, I want to add two more things that are being worked on. If you could add mixed-use district signage, there'll be more for that to follow. We have to work on some signage code in the mixed-use district. And if you could add St. Mary Street 10 miles per hour, I'm adding things that are gonna come off soon anyway, but I just want them on there. I like having a long list to do. St. Mary Street, last meeting, we had discussed, Art had caught that there was we have right now in our local law, right now, Code 352-58, Schedule 7, shows that St. Mary Street is supposed to be 10 miles an hour. That's not legal. So Art had put together something which I meant to send to you all, and I didn't. I meant to send it to you prior to this meeting. Repealing that, just taking away the 10 miles an hour. I would like to set a public hearing for our next meeting, which is September 22nd, to amend local law 352-58, Schedule 7, to repeal and delete the 10-mile-per-hour speed limit on St. Mary Street. I won't be here at our next meeting. I will make sure, I will send to you all, you'll have a copy of the law. The proposed law is very simple. It's simply deleting the 10-mile-per-hour speed limit from St. Mary Street. Even though I won't be here, we could have a public hearing. I doubt if there is a huge public outcry, maybe we'll hold off, but I doubt there will be. So if I could just ask for that we set a public hearing for September 22nd.
Yeah, no problem.
Do we need a second for that? So I guess that's a
We have a motion by trustee Mikely to set a public hearing,
Second.
second by trustee O'Brien. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Thank you. That's it.
Okay, anything for trustee Mikely? Not human resources?
Human resources, a few things that are coming up. It was brought to my attention that there are 2 out of 4 of our summer help, 2 have gone back to school, and for needs of the DPW and leaf season coming up and whatnot, it would be beneficial to them to keep 2 employees on through December.
We'll make a motion for that.
We have a motion by trustee Mikely to extend the summer help employment to 2 employees.
I will abstain.
DPW, Mike?
Well, after the second, I'll just need the names for the record.
Okay. All right, so I have a second by trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
You'll just need the names of the employees for the
Yeah.
record.
Okay, yeah, we'll give them to you after the meeting, Mike. Is that all right?
Human resources, a few other things coming up. We are going to be looking at CPR and AED certification for village employees, opening up to more than the DPW clerk's office. That's going to be coming along with acquiring new AED units themselves. That'll be in the next few weeks as well. Other than that, I have nothing else right now.
Okay. Anything for Tammy? If not, we'll go to community events. Tammy?
Community events, thanks to the Village Merchants Association for yesterday's Bill's Watch Party. It helped that they won as well in the last little bit there. It made for a very nice event. But well attended, they had security on location. We did have a walkthrough with Office of Emergency Management as well, and some advice from code enforcement on how to proceed with upcoming events coming forward. I don't believe, Captain Smith, that there were any reported issues.
That I'm aware of. I was not at work today, so I did not hear anything, but
I think there was one, but not necessarily related to the event, something else that was occurring. But other than that, a very successful event. Coming up on the 13th is the Chambers Wine Walk. The 20th is going to be Fall Fest. And then the Saturday after that is the Lancaster Redskins fundraiser in the park area at the end of West Main. So a few busy Saturdays coming up. Please check for road closures on West Main Street and how that may affect traffic in the area. Other than that, the only other thing I have, not any official notice by any means, but kind of looking ahead towards 2026, I have a list to kind of pass around here for events that are coming up. Other than that, that's all that I have.
Meantime, does anybody have anything for trustee Street?
Did we approve the wine walk yet?
Mike, we did, it was not the special meeting. We think it was maybe about 2 meetings before that.
Okay, once.
Mike, it was approved previous. It's not on
It's
the,
not on the committee list anymore,
is
it would have been removed after approval.
Okay.
other than that, I have nothing else for events. There you go.
Okay, under economic development, and the girl is here a little bit sooner, but there's been a lot of talk about the parking or lack of parking in the central business district. And just to inform the board and, department heads, I asked the DPW to do an inventory of all our lots. And, which would be the Clark Street parking lot, which would be the music store parking lot, the one at the corner of Broadway and Central, the municipal building parking lot. And, we came up with, almost 230 spots available, at any given time. I mean, there's really no reserved parking other than handicap. And one of the things that we were discussing was the fact that we do have all these places to park and nobody knows where they are. And we're in the process of trying to make notifications. I think the girl's name is Holly Ann, and she did present a map that she drew and, or made, I guess. And we're going to work on that. We also have another person that's designing this. Hopefully, we'll come up with a map that the merchants can use. They can distribute as they choose. Possibly a 4x8 sign in the marquee at some point, people to look at. I don't know if that's really a good investment, but, again, I think the word needs to get out. I've also contacted Jim Sinner from the Lancaster Bee. He's more than happy to help publicize this. So it's not that we don't have any parking. And matter of fact, the only dedicated parking is the property that Tom Sweeney owns. I mean, it's his. And his merchants can certainly use that. But after that, I mean, there never has been any dedicated parking for any of the businesses. And it's nice to see having this problem because it means they're all doing very well. And we want to support them to the extent that we can. So it's a work in progress, and now we'll, maybe like she had mentioned earlier, put them in the stanchions along Central Avenue and just make people aware that we do have available parking. If you're not from the area, you probably would never know that. And Wayne, thank you for the signs that you guys did put up. I don't think people noticed them, but I doubt they're looking for them either. I think you did the best you could, so. Under economic development, that's really all I have. Sewer with Chairman Mikely.
August 28th, we had our annual meeting with the DEC regarding the order on consent. We had 9 people there, 4 from Watts, myself, Mayor Schroeder, Superintendent Cisco, Joe Marino, and the DEC representative, and it went well. We had good reports. Sean gave an update during the meeting, and I had a minutes from it that was shared with the board. We did nice news, and we're always happy to share good news. It's been 16 months or so since the overflows were opened. It's been a long time, so that's the longest we've gone in, I think, recent memory. We will have to make a change or two. We're going to have to address what Sean said before about the way, from what the DEC said about the certain amount of failures we had. So we're going to have to relook at that. But otherwise, it just went well. Good meeting.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely, yeah. Again, it's been a long time coming. It's it's just a work in progress, and we knew when we got involved in it. In fact, back in the day, I thought we were in a lot of trouble with the DEC, the way it was made out to me, and I attended the meeting, and they said, you guys are doing great, you're doing better than anybody else, you're actually addressing the problem, and a lot of grant money has been realized out of these meetings, and things to help us, so it's going to take a while yet, but I think we're doing a good job.
It's a long, long, long process, yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay, nothing else with that. Tech and marketing. Chairman Miller? I didn't skip you.
Okay, just to let you know, we are on YouTube. Well, I guess I'll come back to you. We're on YouTube. You'll be able to access it from the website shortly. Today's the first meeting, so that's all I have.
Okay, very good. Grants, Chairman O'Brien.
So, bit of a list today. We did receive word from DOT that we can advertise for the Plum Bottom Creek Culvert Project. So I'd like to make a motion authorizing the village to advertise for that project under guidance and with, under recommendation of CNS, the engineers on the project.
A motion by trustee O'Brien,
Second.
second by trustee Michael. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
With that project, I just want to, I didn't say this during the work session, but Mark Aquino was a huge asset to me, like, as far as preparing documentation and working through the different real estate aspects of this whole project. You know, there were several rights-of-way issues that cropped up, and he, you know, he helped us out. He stepped up and did a lot of legwork for us, so I really appreciate his efforts on that. Firefighters Park, apparently there's still some issues with controlling the lights, so we'll keep monitoring that and keep reaching out to CPL to finally get that, figured out. The ZEV grant for the DC fast charging station that's supposed to go down by the park. Right now, we're waiting for a bid package. Bill Shutt is working on that. The expectation is that package should be completed this month, and then we can put it out to bid and get that installed. The USDA Forest Service tree planting grant. This is the 7 seasons of tree planting grant. The next season's coming up this fall. Most of these trees in this section of the grant will be around St. Mary's High School and those neighborhoods over there by Our Lady of Pompeii and whatnot. So Amy Stippa is going to reach out to St. Mary's, try to coordinate a tree planting event with students from the high school. They've got a climate program there, so she thinks it'd be a good match to get them out, out digging some holes and planting trees with the DPW, which was a lot of fun. I did that back in the spring, and it was a good time. The comprehensive plan update grant, we're in the final stages of review on this. We were presented with a future outlook zoning map of the village, but there are some inconsistencies with it. So I think there's going to be another meeting to kind of button that up and make sure that it is as accurate as possible. The DEC tree planting grant for 150 trees planted next year. The kickoff meeting for that project is next week. And it'll be just discussion about timelines, about different stages of the project and reporting requirements for that grant. New York Forward the small pocket park next to this building. Tomorrow, we're actually meeting with Department of State and Labella, our consultants on that grant, to kick off that project. So glad to get to work on that. The small project fund is moving along great. The expectation right now is that all 4 buildings will go out to bid for their projects by the end of the month. We've been meeting monthly with the engineering team for the Central Avenue streetscape refresh. And that we did determine there are some rights-of-way issue with that project. So we have a meeting scheduled with the DOT the end of next week to determine, or the middle of next week, to figure out our options with that project. We received info back from DASNY on the wayfinding and fire equipment grant that we applied for back in earlier this year. There's some documentation and reports they need. They need to do some analysis before they'll give us final approval to move forward. So it's still working its way through the process, not quite there yet. And then finally for grants, I'm working on getting an estimate for a splash pad at the North End Fire Hall. A representative of Parkitects came out. We looked at the site. We looked at a couple different potential spots for the splash pad. I reached out to Captain Smith, and thank you for getting back to me about the basketball court over there. Because looking at logistically where it makes the most sense to have a splash pad, the basketball court is kind of there. And we determined that it's not really used as a full court. a half court would be sufficient for the kind of basketball that goes on there. So I think the way we're looking at it moving forward will be to reduce it to half court, put the splash pad in on the south side. So the north side of the court would remain, and the splash pad would go to the south. But we're looking at also seeing if the grant has money to replace the mulch, for example, in the area of the playground, and some other upgrades, to that, to kind of bring that park back up to, refresh it in addition to the splash pad. But I think, yeah, that's it for grants.
Okay, anything for Chairman O'Brien? Not Tech and Marketing. Already reported. Climate Smart, Chairman O'Brien.
We had our Climate Smart Task Force and Forest Advisory Board meetings last week. The minutes from those meetings are in the board packets, as well as the slides that Amy presented. One of the things we talked about was the Sustainability Expo at Fall Fest, something that Amy did last year that was a real big hit. People seem to really like it. So she's having it again, and she's got a couple different organizations coming out to do like EV demonstrations and other like climate action. I guess there's a raffle to win a composter. So definitely go down and check that out. Just maybe you'll learn something new. In addition, the Lancaster Library is hosting a climate action game on the 23rd at 6 p.m. The climate action game is a kind of a role-playing game created by UBRI that puts players in the position of like government planners and officials and looks at different ways of implementing different green projects in your community. And it's cool because each project is assigned like values for like cost and efficiency and impact. So in the end, like when you look at all your projects as like a general like plan, you get graded on it and you get to compare your scores to the other players. Amy asked me to reach out to DOT about some wayfinding on Broadway. So we have those charging stations down at Cougar Creek Park, but no one knows that they're there. So I reached out to DOT to see if they would be okay with us or they would prefer to put their own signs up in the right of way along the road. And I've had one conversation, but it's more to come on that. Hopefully we can just get some signs out there to point people to the chargers.
Okay, very good.
Yep.
Anything for Trustee O'Brien? We'll take care of department head reports, starting with Superintendent Fisco.
I just want to thank you guys for the purchase of the mechanics equipment and the truck. They're very well needed, and I appreciate that. We are starting fall, which leaf season is starting. And the other question I wanted to ask is, I know the firemen's banners are up. We also have fall banners that we usually put up at this time. So if it's okay, we're going to transfer the fall banners for the fire chief's banners. So we're going to let you know that's what's going to happen this week. And then we're just getting ready for the events that are coming up in September, and we should be all set.
Okay. You got anything for us, Superintendent? Clerk Treasurer Stegmeyer?
Thank you. Just that the audit field work will begin next week for the audit of the 24-25 financial statements.
Okay. Anything for Clerk Treasurer Stegmeyer? Code Enforcement, Matt Fischone?
If you'll accommodate, I'd like to take the opportunity with the live streaming to announce a public service announcement. We're again ending into that fall harvest season. Got a lot of vegetables and fruits that are beginning to become ripe, and it's an attractant to the rodents to our neighborhoods. So just be mindful of those things. Collect your harvest, dispose of the rotten materials, and perhaps keep an eye on the property to prevent the harborage of these animals. They look for a place to eat, they look for a place to live. So I think together we can help reduce the amount of rodent infestation within our community. Thanks.
Okay. Anything for Matt? Fire Chief Feldman?
Department responded to 40 calls in the month of August. We're up to 257 for the year. We've eclipsed 2,700 hours of training as a department. And Saturday, we responded to a house fire on Albert Drive. No injuries to residents or members of the department. And just thank you to our mutual aid partners of Twin District, Bowmansville, Depew, and we had Southline. And then Alma helped out standing by at Twin District's Fire Hall. And the dispatch and police and LVAC all responded and helped us out in many ways. Other than that, we're moving along with, as you can see, we got some new members, and we got training going on like crazy with these new members, so it's good. So, any questions for me?
We're suddenly getting new members. It seems like the past few months.
It's, I think between social media and some of the different public drives that we're doing, that we're going to a lot of different events. And one of our members, Steve DiMarzio, is a very big proponent. He's involved in all the community events, trying to get a table there or something with us. So, and we've been working with a lot of the local partners on West Main Street. I think it's this week we're doing something at Rooted Cup. Maybe, is it this week?
I think it's this Saturday, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. We're doing a little fire prevention. And so it's working. We're getting out to the community. More people know what we're doing and what we're about. So the tough part is keeping people, because there is a lot of rules that are required to be a member. And it's not our rules that we want. We'd like to keep everybody, but you have to abide by state law and federal law and stuff like that. So it makes it difficult sometimes. Anything else?
I know that Dan Bunk is working with the school district with the junior firefighter program to try to get in there to do a little more PR and attract members. It's difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, well, in the schools, it's tough to get in there now because they don't run assemblies the way they used to, and their time is so structured to the minute that they don't have the time to just allow us to come in and talk for 20 minutes about being a member of the fire department. So we have to find different avenues. Kids, I think, are more found on their phone.
Sure.
So social media is our biggest event. So like when we do have a fire, it's bad for the president, but it's actually good for us. It shows our trucks in action, shows our members doing with it, and that we usually get a boost of people afterwards. It's why, I don't know, but it seems to be, we get a social media post out there, a couple thousand people see it across the country. There's a lot of Lancasters in this country. I've had requests to join our fire department or have fire prevention from California, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. There's one in Connecticut, and then someone that thought he lived close to Lancaster, but they were in some part of the Midwest someplace. I can't remember, but hundreds of applications from across the country, but it's getting out there. So it's,
good.
you know. All right.
Well, thanks, Chief.
Have a good night.
You too. Captain Smith.
No.
I mentioned it a little bit earlier, that we're planning for a Coffee with a Cop event on October the 1st at 9 a.m., and we'll hold it in 3 different locations in the Central Business District. It'll be Gabrielle's Bakery, it'll be the Lancaster Coffee Company, and Scoob's Grill. And this gives the public an opportunity to come out and mingle with the police department, ask questions. They may show various pieces of equipment if there's an interest in all that, but it's all in the effort of building better relationships and exposure for the police department. So we're looking forward to that. Attorney Herzig, anything from you?
Well, I hate to delay any further the adjournment, but if you just indulge in technicality, if the board knows what seasonal workers are going to be kept over part-time, as was reflected by a resolution earlier passed, you should identify those people during the open meeting.
Oh, okay.
Just a technicality.
Wayne, who were the two that we're holding over?
It's, we got Jaden Schaefer and Peyton Schaefer.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, I didn't know who they were, so thank you for bringing that up.
And with that, I have nothing for you.
Okay. With that, is there any other issues to come before the board this evening? If not, adjournment would be in order.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion's adjourned, or meeting's adjourned. I'm sorry.
I was on the bubble.
You don't need it, so.
It's only.
I texted you the picture. We also texted.
This is.
Which is, because